Hello and welcome back. In our last few videos, we have explored some powerful but dangerous commands that can rewrite history, like git rebase and git reset. But what happens when you need to undo a change on a shared public branch? What if you've already pushed a bad commit to the main that broke the build and you need to fix it immediately? This is where a command that is both powerful and completely safe comes in. That is your git revert command. It's the definitive way to undo published commits without rewriting the history. Understanding revert and knowing when to use it over reset is a hallmark of a professional developer in any collaborative environment. Let's see how this works. So, what exactly is git revert? At its core, git revert creates a new commit that undoes the changes of a previous commit. Instead of deleting the bad commit from the history, revert leaves the original commit in place and adds a new compensative commit on top. This new commit contains the inverse of the changes from the original changes. Now, this is a critical distinction. Git revert does not erase history, it adds to it. This makes it the safest way to undo a commit as it does not cause any problems for other team members who have already pulled that commit. It's like writing a new chapter in a book that says, oops, the last chapter was wrong, here's what it should have been, rather than just tearing out the page. Now, the choice between git revert and git reset depends on entirely on whether the commit has been pushed to a shared branch or not. So, let's talk about some of the differences that you have between git revert and git reset. So the git reset command, the action is that it will move the branch point backward, deleting commits from history. So this will delete your commit history. The use case is when you want to undo commits on a local unpushed branch. The safety is that never use this for public shared history because it rewrites the history and can cause major issues for collaborators. Git revert, on the other hand, creates a new commit that undoes a previous commit's changes. So it will create a commit telling like, hey, you are reverting the changes. So the use case is that when you want to undo commits that have been pushed to a share branch. This is completely safe. It prevents history and causes no problems for other team members. So the golden rule here is that if a commit has been shared with others, that is, you have pushed it to GitHub, always use the git revert command to undo it. But if a commit is only on your local machine, you can safely use git reset to remove it. So this one, if you're sharing the changes, and git reset is if you're not sharing the changes, because git revert will create a commit, but git reset does not create a commit, which can create a confusion if other people are using you're sharing your changes with other people. So let's see this in action. So let's imagine a scenario. We have a commit on our main branch that introduces a bug. It has already been pushed to GitHub and other teammates have pulled the latest changes. Now we need to get rid of that bug safely. So we will continue using our collaboration project, and right now I'm in my main branch. So the first thing we need to do is use the git log command to find the hash of the commit that we want to undo. So let's say this particular commit where we did a bug fix, and we realized that this is not really fixing the bug for us. So this is the commit ID that introduced the bug, or let's say it did not fix the bug. So we will copy this hash value. Now to revert the changes, we can use the git revert command with the commit hash. So we will say git revert and the hash value. Now before I run that command, you can see this is what we have. So if you remember, this is what we had updated. So let's run the git revert command now. So Git will open up a text editor with a pre-filled commit message. So it will say, revert and then the previous commit message. Now we can add more details if we want, but this is sufficient. So we will save and close the editor. Now, if we run the git log --1 line command, before I run this, Let's look at the changes quickly, and you can see my changes are reverted. So earlier we had this user details, and now it is reverted back to what it was originally. Now if you look at the git log, we can see our history is intact, but with a new commit at the top. So this is where we did the merge, right? So there's a commit created for that. And we have also done a revert, and a commit gets created for that as well. So our history is intact. So the bad commit, it is still there, but its changes are now undone by the new revert commit. This new commit can now be safely pushed to the remote with git push, and it won't cause any problems for our team. So this is just for the history purpose. The changes are gone, the changes are undone, but this is only so that git is maintaining the history for us. So this is basically what your git revert does. If you're using git reset, it will not create this commit, new commit. It will simply not maintain the history. So that is where it is recommended for local machine only. But if you're sharing, if you already pushed the changes, that is where we can use the git revert, so that a new commit gets created and others can pull the new commit as well, and it will not cause any problems. Now let's talk about other git revert users. So the first one we have is reverting a range of commits. So you can revert multiple commits in a row. So for that, you can simply run this git revert, and then you will need to give your hash, whatever the hash you have, and then dot dot, and then the other hash. So think of this as hash A and then your hash B. All right. So between these two hashes, you can revert your changes. And then you can also revert without committing your changes. So if you want to undo the changes but not commit them immediately, you can use the -n flag or -no commit flag. So when you're running this git revert and then the hash value, you can use this -n or -no commit flag. So this will stage the changes in your working directory, allowing you to modify them before making a final commit. So the conclusion is that git revert is the definitive and safest way to undo a published commit. It's a critical skill that provides peace of mind in a collaborative environment. Now remember these key takeaways. Git revert is for published public history. This will create a new commit that adds to the history rather than rewriting the history. Whereas git reset is for local private history only. This distinction is crucial for effective and harmonious teamwork. That brings us to the end of our session. You're now equipped with the professional level skills to handle almost any situation, from a messy commit history to an urgent bug fix. If this video helped you understand git revert, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comment section which command do you prefer. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.